I'm going to start with what Fabrizio said initially, and then we're going to talk about the bid being rejected because Fabrizio's not actually said the bid's been rejected, but there's some sources. This guy from the Independent has said it's been rejected, and this guy who writes for the Spanish newspaper said we have indeed had a deal rejected. But Fabrizio came out and said this. He's put more on the Mikel Merino deal. Arsenal and Real Sociedad have been in contact for weeks. The formal bid part of the process after long verbal talks over the deal structure, similar to the kind of. I'm about to sneeze. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, similar to the Calafiori story, clubs negotiating the best solution. Marino wants Arsenal. The contract is 100% agreed, guys. So that's coming today by Fabrizio Romano. That basically we're still ongoing talks, guys. There's no issues about the talks. Yes, a bid has been rejected as expected because let's be honest with it. We've offered 25 million initially. We all knew it was going to be rejected, but that doesn't mean the deal is off completely, guys. We're still in for it. And I think this deal will eventually get done. As we said yesterday as well, the player clearly wants Arsenal, man. I mean, he wants Arsenal over any other club, and as Fabrizio said, the contract there is 100% agreed on the player side of things as well. So that is that there. So let's talk about, obviously, what's actually happened from other, sources across this deal as well about the bids. So this is coming from this guy called Young Kuzva, who writes for Radio Macar over there in Spain. And he said, Arsenal and Sociedad have begun formal talks regarding the departure of Mikel Merino. Sociedad have apparently rejected the first formal offer that has reached a nota from London in the last few hours. The conversation is open with the players. Okay, so we have offered the first bid for Merino, guys. It was in the region of around 25 million, 30 million euros. That's always been rejected. Sociedad, all they want is another 5 million extra. For Sociedad to sit there and say, yeah, we can agree on it, they want 35 million euros, which obviously 30 million euros for us. So all we really have to do to get this deal done, guys, is offer another 5 million deal, 5 million on top of what we've offered. And then then they will accept it. And another thing as well, we're still trying to sort out the structure of the deal as well, guys, with the whole Arsenal sort of want to pay it in installments, ideally, but Sociedad want the money up front. And that's where it's sort of delaying the deal a little bit. But yeah, that's coming from this guy here called Young Kazuva, who writes for Radio. Fabrizio follows him, he writes for Radio Macar over there. Apparently, he's very reliable over there in Spain. He's very close to Real Sociedad, and he said that we have indeed been rejected the first bid. No need to panic, though, guys. All right, and I know we want. I'm going to go back to obviously. I'm going to quickly go back to what Fabrizio said as well. I don't think there's any need to worry about this deal. I know it's taken a while, as it was saying with Calafiori. And I know we all want it done, and I want it done ideally as well. I want it done now. I think we all want it done ASAP. If we're being honest with it, because listen, guys, right? We want this guy in before the start of the season, ideally. I wanted him before Wolves. We've been linked with this player for 3-4 weeks now. It's sort of similar story, same, over and over again, really. But I think, yeah, it's normal that this stuff happens. I understand Arsenal got to negotiate, and Edu loves to do his negotiations and tries to get the best, cheapest deal possible. That's why we went with 25 million. But I think now, that's been rejected. We're going to go back in for the 30 million, which they've always wanted, by the way. And he will be an Arsenal player. I don't think there's no worry about any other teams hijacking the deal, because on the player side of things as well, he wants Arsenal over any other club. He rejected Atletico Madrid, he rejected Barcelona, and he wants Arsenal. He wants Arsenal over any other club, and the personal terms are 100% agreed. The contract's there as well for him. He's agreed on the contract. Everything like that is completely fine. It's just now between the two clubs. The talks are ongoing, guys. It's between the two clubs, and there is talk that they still could carry through for, again, a bit longer, guys. Yeah, so It's what Arsenal do, though, man. It's so similar to the Calaflori situation where we're trying to haggle on the structure, haggle on the wages, and like the not the wages, sorry, like the fee for Marino is so similar. And you know, we saw how that Calaflori deal dragged on as well for many, many weeks. I know we eventually got it done. Again, it's the same story with this one. I think eventually we will get this deal done for Mikel Merino, but I think it's going to take a bit more longer than we all want it to, you know, if that makes sense. Um, Talk of it going all the way down to deadline day. I saw. I don't know. I don't think it'll go that far, but I just don't think him being. I don't see him coming into Arsenal until and him being ready because obviously he's got to sign. He's got. He has been training and he has been playing with Sociedad. He's not been playing in the matches. He has returned back to training with Sociedad, and now they've came out and said apparently that he's injured, right? I don't buy into that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't buy into that he's injured. Yeah, I think we know he's not. He was not included in any of the preseason games, but he was training with Sociedad still. I think we know because of the rumors as well with going to Arsenal as well. So I think look, yes, the bid's been rejected, guys. Initially, I still think this still will get over the line. I still think this still will get done as well. Honestly, I know Arsenal are being a bit tight with money, just trying to get 25 million. I mean, I agree. Like, why can't we just go there and say here's 30 million and he's ours and we're getting him now and he can be ready for the first game against Wolves and he can be in our squad now. But I think we've seen it over the years with Arsenal where this is what happens. Yeah, in every single deal, we sort of take our time in getting these deals done. And I think it's gonna, the same case here with Mikel Merino. But yeah, I do think this will get done, guys. There's no need to really worry about being the first bid being rejected. It's just going to take a few more weeks. It seems like it's been like Mikel Merino transfer daily, man. Like every single day, it's the same story with Mikel Merino. And yeah, it is what it is, guys. But get your thoughts in down below as well. And in terms of the player as well, guys, I think I spoke enough about this guy in terms of a player coming into Arsenal. I think it is a decent signing. There's the only thing that's sort of not worried, but is a question mark over this deal is he going to be able to adapt to the Premier League? It's a new league for him. I know he's a bit experienced now. I know he's 28. He's playing in La Liga for many, many years now, but he was in the Premier League before. He was in Newcastle before. He did play in Newcastle. And yeah, he was, played one season, I think, wasn't it, on a loan deal. But I think coming in, and another thing I saw yesterday as well, guys, what been saying for a few weeks now about why we're signing this player is apparently Arteta is willing to, wants the guy because he's going to utilize him in different positions. He's going to, he has many plans for the player, which suggests to me, yes, he's a number 8. I do understand that. But I believe we could see him change to the 6 as well. I think initially number 8 for him is his main position. But we've seen Declan Rice play number 8, towards the end of last season against Lyon as well. And he looked fantastic, didn't he? I think he looks fantastic. And I've always said him in number 8 role in a more advanced position is really good. So it wouldn't surprise me as well that what I've been hearing is Arteta is going to be changing him into, has got many different plans for the player, Mikel Merino. And it wouldn't surprise me if we do see him drop to a more deeper role. Because again, I think he has the characteristics for him to be playing more deeper, with his physicality as well, with his reading of the game, I think is really good. But yeah, of course, he can play. We know he's a number 8, and he loves to break the lines as well. I think it really benefit our left hand side. I think that's what you can see that we're strengthening that the most with Calaflori coming in, as a left back. That's our left back sorted. Timber can play there as well. He's going to be coming back. But then with that left 8 sorted as well, I think Martinelli will benefit off it as well, very, very well. But again, I just feel we can also change it. I think we can also change and put Rice there, as we've seen in the recent sort of matches, right? Against Lyon, Rice played. We saw Partey, Odegaard, Rice in the midfield. Partey was fantastic. But but Rice, look how advanced he was. Look how good he was going forward, and he had a great game. So I really think we could see Merino coming in and play numerous roles. Really, I think he can do that. So coming in as well for 30 million. As the time's gone on, I've looked into more of this player because obviously I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I do not watch Real Sociedad. Yeah, obviously I like to use like watching them live to give my full opinion. I don't sit here and look at YouTube compilations and say, "Oh wow, look how good." Mate, I can make Yaya Sanogo look good in YouTube compilations. I make Eddie Nketiah look good in YouTube compilations. Yeah, I don't look at all the YouTube compilations. Yeah, I like to watch the player live, and I've seen him a few times live. Obviously, I think we all saw him in the Euros when he came off the bench and scored against Germany. I know my guy Drew's in the chat, who is German, and he's of course remembers when he scored the winner against Germany. But big up Drew in the chat as well. Big up Elo tuned in as well. I'll go through you guys' comments, get your thoughts in as well. But yeah, obviously that's where we saw him off the bench in the Euros. Got them that big goal, didn't he, against Germany as well? So he's a player who I think has that experience as well. He's age. He's a more older signing as well. 28 years of age. We're signing a more experienced player there. I know Arteta is really looking to sign a. I don't know. He wants his Spanish midfielder in there because we was looking at Zubimendi before. Merino, Fabian Ruiz has been linked with Arsenal as well. So it's kind of one of those ones, guys, where we're looking to get that, player there who really suits Arteta's system. I think, based on what I've seen, and just looking more into the player, it's a player that definitely suits what Arteta is trying to do. And I believe, he's a player who, again, can play multiple roles for Arsenal as well. And I go back to what I said before, guys. Like, we've been missing that for me. We've been missing a proper. Actually, since Granit Xhaka, and I can't believe I'm saying that we're missing Granit Xhaka. Who would have thought that? But that one season he had, his last season at Arsenal, right? He was brilliant in there, and he was a big part of why we got into the title race for me, right? Massive part, massive reason why we were in a title race because of Granit Xhaka, right? And he's sort of. And don't get twisted. I was not on like Xhaka had a one good season. Yeah, I still don't forget what happened in the past 4 seasons with him. Right, fair enough. He came back. He had a very good last season. He moved on. Right, and he was a big part of why we was in the title race. But again, last season we was missing that. Arteta was trying his best to make it work with Havertz there, and he just week in week out, it wouldn't work out for Havertz. Moving to centre forwards. He looked so much better there. But I still think Arteta did, he was trying to make it work out for Havertz. It didn't work out there. He tried Trossard there against Brentford. Didn't work out there. And then he put Declan Rice there. And I really like Rice in number 8. I've been saying this, guys. I've really loved the midfielder party, Rice and Odegaard. Rice in the more advanced role. Rice playing in the more number 8 role. Really do like that. And he looked fantastic there against Lyon, as I've been saying. And he looked fantastic there towards the end of the last season. But again, I think Rice could do both positions really well, but we didn't really have that natural number 8. And I believe Merino is that guy, as we know. And he's going to come in and, that's our left side sorted out, I believe. And again, the left back sorted out with Calafiori. He's again going to bomb forward. He's very good going forward as well. Same with Merino. He's pretty physical when it comes defensively as well. Same with Calafiori. And now it's the left wing as well. You could play Gabriel Martinelli there or Trossard, So I understand why we're signing this player, guys. I do get it. And